I don't do normal. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. My whole life I never did normal. I know a lot of people who did normal, which means basically they try to fit in and do what everybody else was doing, or at least what they thought everybody else was doing. But starting at a very young age, even as a child, I was never quite normal. I had big dreams. I grew up in the Appalachia Holler, and I wanted to move to Hollywood. So I wrote Walt Disney a letter and sent him a coloring book. I don't know if my mama really ever sent it out, but she told me she did. And I said, Mr. Disney, I'm coming to Hollywood. And I eventually made my way. And I said, I'm coming to Disneyland. And I did eventually make my way there. And so I took my green Samsonite suitcase as a teenager and off to Hollywood I went. Now, I'm not recommending that to anybody. I'm just saying that's what I did. I never did normal. My whole life has really not been normal, but it's been exceptional. I've gone through some huge crises in my life, or I should say huge challenges and crises too. And even my daughter, when she took sick, what she took sick with was a birth defect. This is about 8 years ago. She's okay now, but she had to have major life-saving surgery, and it was such a rare type of birth defect that they never caught it. So she didn't do normal either. My husband's cancer just came on suddenly. I told him, I said, you're not doing normal. He had a very kind of odd cancer, and he was at the end stage, but he got 100% cancer free. And I talked about that in the journey. And here he basically got a death sentence, and yet a miracle happened. So that wasn't normal. That wasn't normal. He didn't do normal either. And I don't think any of my kids and me and any of us quite do normal, but we do exceptional. And exceptional people or exceptional things are usually not normal. And often people have challenges. I have all kinds of challenges that other people don't normally get. And I talked about, how I have the gift of knowing and how I have the electrical thing. That's not normal. But that's me. That's part of what I've got. The electrical thing is when it's sort of like a GPS warning system that's alert, danger ahead. Everything, I touch, or odd, really strange things happen rapidly, one right after the other. And I know that, or like I get things that happen to me. Like, I was driving into college, this is a couple years ago, and a beautiful day. And all of a sudden, this truck pulls right out in front of the car in front of me on the highway. It was like a highway where you could cross over. And there was no way that truck could not see that car. But that car just sort of like veered to the right and veered to the left and just went on down the road. It was inches from each other. And had that happened, who knows what would have happened, because it would have been not pretty. It would have been pretty bad. And that night I was coming home, and my GPS kept telling me to go straight. And I thought, this isn't right. And here it took me to a drop-off dead end on a brand new highway that hadn't been completed yet. That wasn't normal. But I've had wonderful experiences in my life that weren't normal. How I met my husband wasn't normal. I knew that morning I was going to meet him. I told you all that story many times before. And how that night he came into my life. And he told me, you're going to be my wife. And I said, I know. We didn't even know each other. We just met for a few moments. I don't do normal. And that's okay with me. Actually, I like being not doing normal. So, anyhow, from my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.